on obtaining their high school diploma. I would like to tell you a story about a girl's dream and the obstacles she's overcome to achieve her dream. This little girl was very different than the average girl. Most girls fantasize about their wedding day and wearing a beautiful wedding gown, but not the girl in this story. She fantasized about what wearing a graduation cap and gown would feel like, even though the gown is not very flattering and the hat makes people's ears stick out. She knew what the cap and gown stood for: the accomplishment of one phase of life and the transition to another. Unfortunately, when she was a young girl, she told that this would not be an opportunity for her, graduating and going to college. When she was 2, she was infected with the bacterial meningitis. Bacterial meningitis is a devastating illness that most do not survive. She was in an ICU for 2 weeks. The doctors did not think she would pull through, but miraculously, the little girl did. But the infection left her with brain damage. The doctors were not sure how bad the damage was or how it would affect her. The doctors told her parents she would not be able to walk, talk, or function on her own. There was also concern that the medication they gave her to kill the infection had damaged her eyes, causing blindness. Her mother listened to the doctors, but she knew her daughter was a fighter and a strong-willed little girl. Her mother would do anything to help her daughter overcome. It took a while, but eventually the little girl started to walk, talk, and do things for herself. It seemed that she would make a full recovery. Until one day, she woke up and all she could see was bright lights and shadows. Her mother immediately took her to doctor after doctor, and they all said the same thing. The muscles in her eyes were badly damaged, and she would go completely blind. Her mother wouldn't accept her daughter was going blind. She eventually found a doctor that said he could help. The doctor agreed the muscles in her eyes were badly damaged, but he had a treatment in mind that could possibly strengthen the muscles in her eyes to save her vision. After a year of treatment, her vision finally came back. Now with her vision back, she was enrolled in school. Once enrolled in school, the teachers realized she had a severe learning disability. She had a hard time learning how to read and write. The administrator and the teachers thought it would be best if she just focused on reading and writing and learning life skills. They didn't think she would ever graduate or be able to go to college. At the point without any progress in school, her parents decided to homeschool her, hoping the one-on-one attention would help her learn. Her parents placed her in all kinds of programs with different numerous tutors. They even tried expensive curriculums that were supposed to help, but she still struggled. She convinced herself she would never be able to read or be a normal member of society. The disability was just too much for her to overcome. At the age of 17, she remembered her dream of graduating and wearing a cap and gown. She tried to go to get her high school achievement diploma, but couldn't even make it through the placement test to see what grade level she was on. Emotionally, she was crushed. She thought, I guess the teachers were right. I will never get a diploma or go to college. She worked minimum wage jobs, the only kind of job she thought she could handle while fighting her disability every day. In her early 20s, she met and married a great man who saw past her disability and had 2 beautiful children. The little girl who once was in a hospital with a fatal illness is now a grown woman and a mom, but she was becoming more depressed every day, despite having great kids and a husband. She thought they deserved more from her. And at her worst, she thought, why did I even survive the meningitis? I have nothing to give my family. I'm just a burden. On her worst day, her aunt came over and reminded her that was not how she was raised. Her mother never gave up on her, despite all her battles that she endured. Her aunt told her to stop feeling sorry for herself, and she knew she was right. The only thing stopping her from accomplishing her dreams was herself. At the age of 32, she enrolled at St. Tammany Pare's Adult Education at North Shore Technical College. She took the placement test and made it through. She wasn't expecting much, maybe 7th or 8th grade level. The next day, she went to get her results. Miss Gwynn, an instructor at North Shore, sat her down and said she tested on a 4th grade level. At that point, she thought they were going to tell her there was nothing she could do and she wasn't going to graduate. Instead, Miss Gwynn took her by the hand and said, "Don't worry. It may take a while, but we will get you on a 12th grade level." It took about a year, but she got to the 12th grade level and was able to take the test. The first time, she missed it by a few points. Finally, on the 5th try, she passed the test and accomplished her dream. She's going to be able to wear the cap and gown. The next day, she enrolled in college, and she passed her first year of college with a B average. Of course, I'm sure you've all guessed that little girl is me. With a big smile on my face, my ears sticking out of my cap, and wearing this big baggy gown. This girl is excited for the future and what she can accomplish. I would like to thank North Shore Technical College for having the adult education program that gave me the opportunity to begin my journey in fulfilling my dreams. And finally, remember this: don't ever sell yourself short. No matter what the circumstance or what obstacles life throws at you, if you have a dream and a desire to accomplish it, anything is possible with hard work and determination. Thank you.